Welcome to the quad call, guys, for Aubrey Lifestyle Centre. Just so you guys know, we're actually winning at the moment. We've got a whole bunch of merch on the line for the winners, $500 worth. And just to give you a rough indication, a singlet costs about $15. So we've got a whole bunch of stuff on the line to win. So don't lose, guys. Do your best to not only get some clients, but also find some new members who order as well. And that will nearly ensure that we've got the job done. Okay, so today we're covering products and also objection handling. For the products, guys, I guess it's easier to answer those type of, or do a training on it, because we do so much training on it in more like specific questions. But, you know, you've always, with the products, like what's more powerful for you is how you feel, never what's on the label. So if you're trying to sell a product that you're not taking, you'll find it really hard. But if you're trying to sell a product that you are taking and you've got a really positive experience with, you'll find it really easy. Like we used to work with a guy, he's still around actually, so I won't name his name, but he was only on one product, which was NRG, and he'd done like heaps and heaps of scans, and he had heaps of clients, and they were all just on NRG. So obviously he fizzled out pretty quick. So that's the importance of getting your people on good programs when they start as well, because it builds their testimonial bank. And when you've got a bank of testimonials for the products, it'll come easy for you. So, and when you're doing training, Bobby's not writing notes, just so everyone knows if we lose, it's her fault. So we got that testimonial for the products of just how we feel and what it's done for us. Not only us, but our new people are going to find the business so much easier. But once again, the product guide's there. If you want more information on the skincare in the Learning Center on your My Herbalife, there's heaps of training on it, better than what I can give you. If you want more training on the sports range and you're right into the science, same thing. There's like an actual course you can do on the the Learning Center on your My Herbalife, which is amazing. It's actually on your map list, so you should have done it. If you haven't, jump on there and have a look, because it's saying stuff about amino acids and all these protein breakdowns and all the stuff and why the products work. So if you've got someone that is a real scientist, you can kind of explain those things to them. So unless people have questions on the products, and I'll probably answer them at the end of the call. If you guys have one, you can just ask at the end. Same with you, Janice. You can just type it in or unmute yourself and do that. Or I don't know if you can unmute yourself, but I can unmute you at the end to see if you have any questions. So just write them down as we go. But I guess the biggest thing for you guys would be objection handling, because you will get negativity out in the marketplace. And some of those objections you won't be able to handle because people are just stubborn and they've made their minds up and they've got closed minds, so you can't help them. Stop trying if you do know people like that. But if you do have people that just have genuine like concerns or whatever, that what we have to understand is there's 4 phases of learning. Number 1 is they haven't ever heard about Herbalife, so they shouldn't have any opinion apart from what you tell them, to be honest. Or maybe an opinion around a concept like, I don't want to use shakes, or I don't know what else. Aloe vera is meant for Mozzie Bites. I don't know what they are. Whatever you guys get, it's so easy to handle. But I'll go through the stages of learning. The next one is like a stage where you're... Sorry, my phone's going off. Mute it. A stage where you've kind of heard of it, like you've got, Herbalife, I think I've heard of that, but you're not clued into it at all. And then that, and the next one where they genuinely borrow someone else's opinion and they just know someone that's had an experience in some way, and they've thought, I can't do that because of the reasons that that person gave them. So, and all these three reasons, because if people are in the fourth category, which they know what the nutrition does, they'll be on it. Okay, so you won't have to worry about the fourth stage where they know everything. It's more the other three that you have to kind of know about. So with that being said, there's some really simple way to handle objections, guys. And what you don't want to get involved with is a argument. Like, don't argue with them about things, because that just leaves people with a negative experience. And if your goal is to educate them on the products or get them on the products or whatever it is, somehow, then if you're arguing with them, it's case closed. So you may as well just save your energy and go help someone else if that's the case. Okay, but and I understand sometimes we get passionate because we love what we do and we love the products and it's done amazing things for us and all those things, but just avoid that situation, guys. We've got a brand to protect, and all the no's, even if they are, like, I've had some people that give me heaps of stick at the start of my Herbalife journey that are now customers, right? So, like, they're just not yet. And people change over time as well, right? So maybe you're just talking to them and they've just had a really shit day and you're just copping the brunt of it. Who knows? You don't know what's happened in someone's life. So, but avoid the arguments. Just walk away if you have to. So fair enough, that's your opinion, no problem, and move on. But if you are actually conversing and someone says something like, I don't know if I could just use shakes, I'd get way too hungry. And I'd say, well, I know how you feel. I felt the same way. But what I found was, I'm actually eating more of my nutrition program now because it's good for my metabolism. And I've been able to lose 20 kilos overall and it increased my food. And they're like, oh, cool, okay. Because what that does when you say, I know how you feel, I felt the same way, but what I found is, so it's called feel, felt, found. What that actually does is it makes you in a position where they've chucked an objection at you, and that's a genuine concern in their mind. They're not just doing that just to, or maybe sometimes, but, like 70% of the time, that's what's holding them back. So then you can so what you do is when you're saying, I know how you feel, that's making you relate to them. I felt the same way. Yeah, we're the same. We're the same. And people listen to people who are the same as them. They generally don't listen to people who they see as, too different to them, right? And what I found which was the solution, and that's how you're saying, well, man, I'm just like you and this is what's happened to me, essentially. That's feel, felt, found. And you can use that with everything. You can use that with, someone says, oh, Herbalife's a pyramid scheme, for example. And when I first looked at Herbalife, guys, just so you guys know, I Googled it and it said MLM. I didn't even open the page because I was like, oh, I don't really want to be involved with that. Just from what my brother had been through with another company. I just thought, and just all the shit you hear about multi-level marketing, I was just like, no, I don't want to be involved. And I hadn't even heard much, like maybe like a real little bit, but none of it was positive. So I was just like, you know what, I'm not going to go check out that meeting. And that's one of the reasons why I didn't go when Rowan first invited me. So, but with that being said, when I did check it out, then obviously my mind got changed pretty quickly, right? Because I heard the testimonials. So that's why objection handling is really important, guys, because if you can get the people just to take a look, the rest of the thing will take care of itself. So with something like, if they say it's a pyramid scheme, I'd say, I know how you feel. I felt the same way when I first heard of it and when I first, seen that people were using the products and stuff. But what I found was when I looked at the facts, is Herbalife's been around for 38 years now. And is in 95 countries. All their governments have actually approved the business. You can't just go to a country and say, yeah, we're here now. It's New York Stock Exchange listed. Like, you can just list off all those facts. And no one can argue with the facts. And the facts actually make sense. And another thing I can use as well is, Quinton makes more money than me. So it's an upside down pyramid. Raoul makes less money than me. Right? So So it's just those who do the work who actually get the money in Herbalife. But that's feel, felt, found, and it's a real powerful way to handle objections. I really like it. I use it all the time, especially in conversation. The other thing you'll find is if someone's trying to have a go at you and you're agreeing with them, it kind of just chucks the water on the fire, so to speak. Like that, you can't, like, try it with your partner next time they're trying to argue with you about something. Just agree with them. Like, it's really hard to argue with someone who's agreeing with you all the time. So that's a good life hack. But like, that's kind of like my basic objection handling. There is another one. What's the other one that's in the manuals? Feel, felt, found, and so it's the same concept. I don't know about that, but what I do know is, that kind of saying. So someone will say, I heard someone took a shake and they died. Say, well, I don't know about that, but what I do know is I've been taking it for 12 months and I feel great. So that it's just another way to kind of say, I don't know that information. I've never heard that before, and you kind of sound silly. But what I do know is what's happened to me, and then you can use that and then just insert a whole bunch of facts, including your testimonial. And you'll find that your testimonial is the best way that you can handle objections, especially on the products. If you're making $500 in the business, especially on the business. Yeah? Does that make sense to everyone? Cool. Does anyone have any questions? Do you have any questions? Oh, I just unmuted you, Janice, but it sounds like you're playing tennis or you're in the shower or something. So, do you guys have any questions? Pretty straightforward stuff. I can't think of anything else, really. I guess with objection handling as well, it really flows into the quality of invitation that you do as well. If you use that kind of like that process that we've been through so much now, like it's a crazy thing. But what today's, if no one's got any questions, no questions. Okay, what today's challenge is, are you ready? Is I want you guys, and it's simple, but it'll take a little bit of work, and you guys will get crazy results out of it. Because I feel like maybe we're not talking to heaps of people right now, and I just know this will win us this challenge if we can do this. So we're going to take that list of 300 people or so that we did, and we're going to write a really simple message, and this will literally take you maybe 30 minutes, and you'll get crazy results. Even if you work at the 10% rule for members and clients, out of this rule, you get 5 clients and 5 members, because we're going to be looking at just saying, hey, how are you to 50 people today? And what I want to, it's called a blitz. And what I want to see is conversations. I want you to screenshot them in. Like, I want you to ask, hey, how would you get this guy on the video? Hey, based on this information, where would you take this? I want those conversations so I can read them and then coach you and get you results as we're coaching them. Okay? That's what I want today. And this will win us this challenge by a mile, because if we all talk to 50 people, that's about 450 people. If everyone here converts at 10%, we should get 45 new clients/members in our quad, which will help everyone not only move towards their goals from an outside quad perspective, but will crush them in the quad. It won't even be close. All right? And based on that momentum, you'll be working this work for about 4 days. People will be getting back to you stagnantly. You'll be having these conversations. They'll be ongoing. It's not like, hey, how are you? Watch this video. We're going to use form, ask them about their family, occupation, recreation, their marriage, create the conversation. When we run out of stuff to say, that's when we're going to invite them to watch the video. or to come, depending on where they are, maybe come in the centre, catch up for a coffee, whatever it is. Cool? Everyone's saying cool. Cool. All right, I'm going to upload this onto YouTube. I'm going to put it in our thread. Challenge basically is to say, do a 50, hey, how are you, to 50 different people in your off your list. Tick them off, and we're going to have fun with that. All right? All right, guys. See ya.